I am not going to fall for this.
You know it's somebody's wife Zhu waiting to hear some shit lol.
IDKY, but whenever I start falling asleep and someone calls me out on it, it's always my first instinct to deny it. I will be asleep on my couch and my GF will be like, "Are you sleeping?" 100 times and have to shake me awake and I'll be like, "I've been awake the whole time." Edit. Glad I'm not the only one LMAO.
I do this. One time I started to fall asleep standing at a rave. Everyone asked me if I was okay, but I just kept telling them I was resting my eyes.
Wonder if they should go to the doctor, then convince themselves they don't need to. Edit. I went in, turns out I had testicular cancer. Don't put it off.
Realize you need, or at least, probably should, go to the doctor, put it off until your partner complains. Put it off a bit more until your partner books an appointment like you are a fucking child. Receive, possibly, life-changing treatment.
Pick up signs but not act on them for the fear of misinterpreting. And then act oblivious.
I still do this because there have been times where I've gotten incredibly clear signs and acted on them just to find out they weren't actually interested in me, just flirting for fun or whatever. Then I get embarrassed and feel awful. Just a horrible experience that I try to avoid now.
Wanting affirmation from their partners that they are sexy and desired.
Read that as parents. Good night.
Fantasize, daydream about being a hero or making a great sacrifice to save everyone.
I used to do this until I got on antidepressants. Cold sweat smile.
There are two kinds of man. A man who picks his nose, and a man who lies about picking his nose.
Why do gorillas have big nostrils? Because gorillas have big fingers.
Well, that's something I'm not willing to admit.
Manslaughter.
Realizing that someone was flirting with you like 5 years late.
A girl in my class in high school kept telling me that my fingernails were well kept, and using the opportunity to touch my hands and arms. She then took my phone, I unlocked it for her, and went through looking for social media to add her on. At the time I did not have any, so she put her number in and gave herself a name that would imply we were close. It took me 3 years to realize. I still pay extra attention to my hands and nails.
Lead lives of quiet desperation.
Looking forward to taking a shit so they can be on their phones typing on Reddit.
Imagine a million outcomes when a random girl sees us eye to eye.
Or plan out your entire life together, how many kids, who'll be best man at your wedding, where you're going to live, what side of the bed you prefer, what meeting her family will be like, all because she said, "Have a nice day," after giving you your KFC order.
Grab their own butt to see what it feels like.
Someone's gotta do it.
Finding a really cool rock on the ground, then taking it with us. 25 years later, I still have this really smooth all-black rock I found when I was younger in another state. Tactical wank.
When you get older, a tactical wank is waiting a really long time between wanks so you can save that dick energy for your partner.
Getting annoyed when you put your dick back in your pants after a pee and suddenly feeling a wet drip on your leg.
This one infuriates me so much. Like, what the hell? I did like 15 shakes. How is there still one left when I finally think I'm good?
Tell ourselves that having someone who loves us is a luxury.
Alternately, tell ourselves that having someone who loves us is a liability.
Fantasize completely made up scenarios where we save the day, or win the girl over, etc.
For years I thought, am I some kind of egomaniac for doing shit like this? Thankfully I've found out over the years plenty of us do it. Also, as a musician, sometimes while taking a shit, I am daydreaming up elaborate interviews with the press. Yeah, well, I was surprised the Pulitzer Committee chose my album for Outstanding Contribution to Humanity last year. In fact, I was just remarking to my good friend, Paul McCartney, the other day. I sometimes watch sad scenes from movies on YouTube that I like and cry. I purposely search for a selection I have, sit there and have a little tear up. Watership Down ending. The end scene from Batteries Not Included when the robots come back to help. The bit in Deep Impact when Fish and the crew say goodbye to their families. Littlefoot when he is left alone after Sharp Tooth kills his mum. Artex dying in Neverending Story. Saving Private Ryan at the end. Lion King when Simba's dad dies. I am a grown man, married with kids with military service. Perfectly fine afterwards, I just like to get a little emotional, and let it out. It's often about dads too, so I think that whilst I have no issues with my dad, the thought of my children being left alone without saddens me. Anyway, I will never tell anyone this. Edit. Yes, the Iron Giant, Field of Dreams and the wolf scene in Dances with Wolves too.
Death of King Theoden or I Can Carry You, scene.
Taking steps back from the urinal to see how much strength we have while peeing.
See, I had to come back to vent. I am currently in Turkey, and for some reason people seem to be afraid of urinals, so they stand a bit back. Now imagine this, underneath each and every urinal, there is a small puddle. And the smell, God, the smell of piss. Edit. Rephrased since my sentence seemed to say I like touching urinals. I don't. I simply rest my balls gently on the urinal while I play with the urinal cake with my pee. The cold urinal is very comforting. You should try it, and report back with your feelings on the situation.
Go over every little minute detail in their heads of the conversation they had with someone they are even a little bit attracted to. The way I raised my eyebrows slightly after asking them their favorite type of cheese might have been a little too much. What a useless, stupid motherfucker I actually am. I deserve to die alone.
Take longer than normal showers just standing there under the hot water because no one will love you.
For me, feeling the warmth is reason number 1 to shower. Reason number 2 is to get clean, I guess.
Wanting a hug real bad.
We know from Reddit that people pay prostitutes for just hugs.
Remember compliments years after they're given.
About 12 years ago, one of mate's wives, girlfriend at the time, told me that I had nice toes. To this day, I occasionally look down at my bare feet and think, yeah, Laura, I do. I do have nice toes.
Shaving your pubes at 14 even though no one is gonna see it ever. Small price to pay for hope.
While naked. Rotate your hips fast enough to make a fun slapping noise. Helicopter inbound.
Pee on shit stains in the toilet bowl. Efficiency.
Ooh, I'll hose that off. That's my cleaning done for the week. Stuart Lee, 90s comedian.
I remember when I was like 6 I did that thing where I pushed my dick in.
You ever push your dick inwards and then wrap your ballsack around it and make a lil dick pouch? And #X200B. Edit. Nothing like waking up to suddenly having 9.3k karma and 9 awards. Glad I could share my wisdom with the world.
Pee in a completely unexpected direction.
It's not that we can't aim. It's just the sights on the gun are just completely wrong.
Wanting platonic touch, i.e. hugs.
Back tickles are right up there with hugs. And somebody else running their fingers through your hair. Whoever invents a robot that can realistically do both of those things will be rich.
Put on a show for your dog. Sing a show tune and do a little soft shoe. Then give it a big ending and pause for applause while your dog looks at you and slow blinks.
Dogs are the best people. They enjoy the attention you give them and don't judge you for goofing around.